Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about Asylum 16. Asylum 16 was my first ever convention. It was a supernatural convention that happened in May and it was amazing. I'm just going to tell you a bit about it today and a bit about my experience. Hope you enjoy. So, cosplay. I did a tiny bit of cosplaying. I did Cass and I did Meg. I did Rachel minus Meg on the Saturday afternoon, just for a short period of time. And I did Cass on the Friday, just for a short period of time, because they got really hot in the trench coat. So we got registered on the Friday, and we got an envelope with these in. These were our autograph tickets. Now these are my mum's, not mine, because I use mine. We got our badges on our lanyard that tell us which group we're in and our number. And we got bits, which is the booklet that tells you who's at the con and a bit about them. It also has a bit of space so you could get them to autograph it. I didn't get mine autographed, I got something else autographed, which I'll show you. It tells you a bit about the convention guests, like this. So we had some pretty amazing guests. Jared and Jensen, Mark, Rachel, Ruth, Jim, the Hollywood Show. It also tells you the code of conduct of the con. And it was also advertising some of the other cons. So at the time there was Asylum 17, that was happening a few months later. And advertising this year's con, which is Asylum 18. So this is my autograph book. It's got all the autographs in that I managed to get at the con. I've got Jared and Jensen's. I'll show you them quickly because the page is finished. My idea is to put a picture of each of the cast members on their side underneath the character name, and then they would sign there. And I've done Jared as well, but I've not managed to get pictures of all the others in the book yet. I'll just flick through. So I've got Mark's, I've got Bobby's, well, Jim's. I only need a picture of Bobby. I've got Nikki, she was Meg, the original Meg. I've got Rachel, she was amazing. I went up to get my autograph with her. It was the day after I had my photo with her. And she was just so lovely. She was asking people how they were, holding her hands. It was just really amazing and she was so lovely. I've got Ruth's. Ruth's is dead cute. I like hers. I didn't manage to get Richard's, which I'm kind of gutted about, but it was my choice to leave the autograph room, and it was probably a good idea I did, because I wasn't very well. I got Ty's. I love meeting Ty, he was awesome. He was funny. We saw him a lot at the con. He was kind of a practical joker. I'll tell you about that in a minute. I got Catherine's. And I'll just jump to here. The Hollywood. I've got Hannah and Hilly's, which I met them in the vendor's room, where their table was, where they were selling t-shirts, hats, and I met them and I got their autograph. That was awesome. Meeting Alex. So May 2015, I was on this app that was for supernatural fans, and I started a group chat for Asylum 16, and Alex was in it, and we got talking, then we got to tweeting, then to Snapchatting, the closer and closer we got to the con, and we were meeting at con. And so it was the Friday night, karaoke had just finished, I was in the bar, and she came out of the karaoke room and was looking around the bar for me, and I was looking around the bar for her, and I saw her, and that was the first time I had like spoke to someone on the internet and met them in real life. It was just amazing to know that you've been talking to this person one day and the next day you are actually meeting each other. I spent most of my con with them during the day, and most of my nights time in the bar with Amber that I met at the con. So my photo-op stories, I'll start with Rachel because she was the first official cast member that I met and had a photo with. So I was in the queue with Alex and Charlene. We were singing to ourselves to pass the time, having a laugh, talking about our favourite characters. And then it was our turn. I went second and I gave her a massive hug and she gave me a hug back, and it was just really amazing. She's really nice, really sweet. By far one of my favourite people that I met the whole weekend. Obviously I loved meeting Jared and Jensen, but I just really enjoyed meeting her. She was so nice, and I really loved the photo that I got because it shows how happy I am, and I just really like it. And she's so nice. I think I said that, but she's amazing. Her hug was amazing. She held my hand before I got up, and it was just really nice to meet somebody that I tweeted her a few times before the con, and she replied, and then I met her, and I really liked. She was amazing and really nice and just lovely. So after Rachel's photo, I went and got in a Hannah and Hillywood queue for a photo with them, and it wasn't that long of a queue. I might have only been there 15-20 minutes or so, and when I got there I was like, oh my gosh, what kind of pose, do I ask for a pose or do I just go for a hug? I first of all apologised to them for being late for the lounge that they had earlier on in the day. I was like, I'm sorry I was late for your lounge, because I got lost trying to find their lounge, and I was just like, I cried after the lounge because I was like, I got lost, I was late for that lounge. That it was like, I was probably crying, not like just then. So for the photo, I was in the middle, and they both hugged me. Hilly had a kind of like semi-serious face on, and Hannah was like, I'll protect you sort of face, and it was like, I'm just there like, I obviously didn't get the serious face memo, and I'll show you why in a sec. So on the Sunday it was Jared Day, also Jensen Day, but first of all I watched a panel. I was watching Mark Shepherd's panel, and this panel was funny, it was hilarious, and had something to do with Ty. On the Saturday, Ty had asked our hall, which was Hall 1, to help him prank Mark Shepherd. And basically Ty wanted us to ask Mark a bunch of questions about Ty's character, Benny. Now that was early on in the day on the Saturday, I think, if I remember rightly. So by the time Sunday morning came, and after partying hard, I think some people did, I thought, is anybody going to remember? I myself was too scared to go up and ask a question because he's the king of hell. He was kind of scary. But actually he's really lovely because I met him later on that day. And basically the first 4 or 5 questions were about Benny. And it was really funny. it looked as if he laughed along too. He found it funny, which I'm glad he did. It was quite funny listening to the questions like, I think one question was like, how do you think Benny and Crowley would get along? It was a good panel. And then towards the end of the panel is when I got called for my first photo op, which was the quad photo was Jim Beaver, Mark Shepherd and Jared and Jensen. And that was called before the end of Mark's panel, and people just got up and started leaving, and it was like, where are you all going? The photo's not happening, I'm still here. But I still was like, I've been called. My group's been called, I'm going for the photo. And I'm like, I didn't want to miss the panel, but with it being my first con, I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? I'm going to go for my photo instead. Because Group K had been called. Although I think all groups had. So I went and queued up. Talked to some random people in the lines. And then it was my turn. Eventually. And there was 4 of them there. They were there. Jared and Jensen were there. I was like, they're really here. It was my first time seeing them, meeting them at the con. I was like, they're real. I didn't know, who do I go to? Do I go to Jim? Do I go to Mark? Do I go to Jared? Do I go to Jensen? I was kind of like, I'll just go stand in the middle, like, looking awkward. But instead, on my way to the middle, Jared sort of grabbed me from behind and gave me a hug, which is like the kind of hug that I normally give my parents. I normally give my parents backwards hugs, but that backwards hug was amazing. It was from Jared. It was I'm calling it a backwards paddle hug, and it was I loved it. I loved the photo, everybody's smiling, I'm smiling, I have hold of Jared's wrist. I was like, I touched him. So next up was the photo I shared with my mum, which was Jensen and Mark. So I called her, she wasn't in the queue waiting because they had been called. Then I had to leave the room, leave the queue, call her, I'm like, Mum, where are you? You're supposed to be in the queue. She had been ignoring all the calls on the board. But eventually she came and we got in the queue. She really wanted Jensen. She was like, I just want to meet Jensen. So I was like, she can have Jensen, I'll hold Mark. I didn't, at the time of the photo, I forgot we were having a photo taken. And I was like, I hugged Mark. Jensen kind of had his arm round the back of me and Mark. And an arm over Mum's shoulder. But when the photo was taken, I kind of was too busy looking at my mum and Jensen, because Jensen was right there, to realise I was having my photo taken, so I didn't look at the camera. But it's quite cute. I still like it. So first up, out of my Jared and Jensen photos, that was solo. I'm going to talk about Jensen first, because we had his photo first. And me and my friends got in the queue, we were talking, and then it came to my turn to have a photo with him. I was like, hi, and I went in for a hug, arms around like that, kind of hug. Both smiled, I had my hair down, I was wearing this t-shirt that I'm on today. I wasn't wearing the hat, but yeah, he was really gorgeous in real life. I didn't realise, he was gorgeous on the screen. He was even more gorgeous in real life. And just seeing him there, he was amazing. Just really nice. And I really enjoyed meeting him. He was so nice. So next up is Jared. So David was this was the second time meeting David also that day, because I met him in the earlier on for the quad photo, and this was one of my favourite photos besides the Meg photo that I really loved. And I got one of the famous pedal hugs. Pedal hug is amazing. It should be in the dictionary if it's not, but pedal hug needs to be in the dictionary because a pedal hug is amazing. I was just like, I'm just going to go for a straightforward hug. I kind of went into the photo and I got a massive arms around me hug, and I was just like, this is amazing. He is amazing. He is lovely. He was just like so nice. He was smiling. I smiled. And he was just amazing. My autos the rest of the day. In the afternoon, I was queuing and queuing and queuing. I spent my whole afternoon queuing for autographs, and I forgot to eat. Big mistake. I managed to get the majority of the autographs that were included in the ticket, except Richard and Gil, that I didn't get because I gave it a miss because I really wasn't well. I had to go eat. I was about to be sick. So I went back up to my room and just flopped out. I was like, call my friend, call my mum. My mum ended up having to go wait in a queue for me to get my autographs until after I'd eaten. She was in the queue for Jevon and Jensen autos. While I ate, my friend made sure I ate something. Then I went back downstairs with them, said goodbye to them because they had to go home. And then I went and joined the queue because she was almost at the queue to get at the end of the queue to go into the next room. So I stood next to her. She came with me, and I got my Jensen first, and signed it there. He was so beautiful. I got to say goodbye to him. I was like, bye. Then I got my Jared, and he's just like so beautiful. I love his signature. Then I was like, thank you for coming. I was like, bye. And he said goodbye darling to me. Goodbye darling. That made me so happy inside. I think I cried inside, then I think I cried outside again. I also got some fresh air after the autographs because the con was over. It was quite sad. Then I went for some pizza. And did my con with pizza. So that was my con story. Thanks for watching. And I'm also going to Asylum 18 in a couple of months' time. It's like 3 months away now. So I'll probably be posting a few countdown videos on the lead up to the con. So look out for them.